Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Chemistry to Scrubs with Professor TK the Chemist. Today, we're going to get into the metric conversion system for you all that are wanting to become nurses. And check this out. It is easy. Easy, easy, easy. So you don't have to sweat this part. Just go ahead and embrace the steps that I'm going to show you. And before you know it, you're going to be like, you know what? Say less. I understand how to do the metric system with ease. Now, let's get into it. So today we're going to use the metric system that you all see right here. And I'm going to give you guys some easy ways to use the kilo to the milli to the micro system so that you all can understand how easy this is going to be. We're going to go ahead and show you all a system that I call the ladder system, where you're going to use the King Henry death by drinking chocolate milk. Okay, let's get into it. All right. So as you guys can see right here with the metric system, there's a system that we call, it says, what you all see right here is kilo, hecta, deca, the base, deci, centi, milli, two spaces here, and then it goes to micro. The thing that you guys got to remember is when you're going from left to right, the units are going from a big unit to a small unit, and you typically would multiply those numbers. But when you're going from right to left, so like basically from that teal to the purple, then you're going from a small unit to a big unit, and you would normally divide. So let me show you all how simple this process can be. And again, guys, as we go through these examples, I want you all to understand that you don't have to overthink this at all. So for instance, let me just give you an example right here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and write on my screen. All right. So let's say that I wanted to go from, let's say, 1 kilogram to, let's say, milligram, okay? So here are your kilos right here. And here's your milligram right there. If I tell you to move your decimal from left to right, this is what you're going to do. You're going to say 1, 2, 3, because that's your base, 4, 5, 6. So you would actually move your decimal place 6 places to the right. All right. So if your decimal is here at the very end, I'm going to simply move it just like this. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I would fill in those spaces with zeros, okay? And so the zeros would look like this right here. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so you would rewrite that number out like this. It is that simple, that simple. Here is our first example right here. Now, to help you guys remember this, I'm going to put this unit here, the metric system here, KHD, and at the base is where you have your liters, your grams, and your meters, okay? Then you've got deci, centi, milli, two spaces, and then you have your micro. Now, it says, a nurse hanging a new IV fluid bag notes that the total volume listed on the label is 1.5 liters. To chart the intake accurately in the electronic health record, this volume must be recorded in milliliters. So we need to convert our answer here to milliliters. So we originally had 1.5 liters that they want to convert to a milliliter. Well, the milliliter that we're talking about is right here. All right. So this is where the liters are right there. Okay. And your milli is right here. So we're going to go ahead and apply this part right there. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and say, all right, well, 1, 2, 3 to the right. So we're going to take that decimal that was right there and move it 1, 2, 3 to the right. And so your answer becomes 1,500 milliliters. So 1.5 liters equals to 1,500 milliliters. It's that simple. Here is another example. A provider orders a dose of medication totaling 0.25 milligrams. The nursing student needs to convert this dose into micrograms before checking the medication chart. Convert 0.25 milligrams to micrograms. All right, so here's something else I want you guys to know. Sometimes if they don't give you kilos, hecto, or deca, you don't have to even start right there. As a matter of fact, we can start at the base, which is right here, and then you've got deci, centi, milli, 2 spaces here, and then there's micro. Sometimes you'll see micro written in this form right here. So if you see this, the little funny shaped U, UG, that's the same thing as saying MCG. It's the same as micrograms. So in this case right here, you're converting 0.25 milligrams to micrograms, and micrograms is right there. So what I'm going to do is take that 0.25 and I'm going to move my decimal 1, 2, 3 to the right. So here we go, 1, 2, 3 to the right. So in that little empty space right there, you put a 0. So your answer becomes 250 micrograms, okay? Or MCG, micrograms. And that's it. That's it. That's all. Okay. Here is your next example. A high alert medication protocol states that a single injection cannot exceed a specific concentration. The nurse prepares a dose containing 2 milligrams of the drug. Convert 2 milligrams to micrograms. So again, your grams start here at the base. Deci, centi, milli, space, microgram. Now, I'm going to also show you all, after I show this method here of just simply moving your decimal from the left to the right, I'm going to also show you an example where students tend to do, the conversion of knowing how many milligrams is in a microgram. So that also works as well. All right. So we're going to do this way first, though. So here you've got 2 milligrams here that you need to convert to a microgram. Now, you remember from before, we're just moving it 1, 2, 3 to the right. So that 2 milligrams here, the decimal's at the end, and all we're going to do is move it 3 to the right. All right. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. So you end up with here 2,000 micrograms. Now, the other way that students tend to learn this is by knowing how many milligrams is in a microgram. Well, this is really simple. Let me go ahead and erase this board right here so you all can see, okay? Now, we do know, again, as I said before, that 2 milligrams equaled out into 2,000 micrograms, right? Okay, that's what we just calculated right here. Well, the other way is to know that 1 milligram is equal to 1,000 micrograms. All right. Now you'll see me write the micro with the little funny shape U often, even though I know some of you all see it this way as well. Okay. They're the same. So what you have to do is just say 2 milligrams. That's the starting number here that they gave you, 2 milligrams times. And now I'm going to show you all the simplest way is to put the 1,000 micrograms on top, and on the very bottom, you're going to put 1 milligram. Because of this conversion right here, okay, that we are using, whatever you're looking for goes on the top. What you need to get rid of is on the bottom. So I'm going to slash off my milligrams right there. And so now 2 times 1,000 divided by 1 gives us the 2,000 micrograms. So that's the other way that you could do this problem. You could either know the conversion in terms of knowing how many milligrams is in a microgram or how many grams is in a kilogram and so forth, or you can just simply move your decimals to the left or to the right based on what they're asking of you to do. All right? In our next example, It says a clinical scholar removes a vial of powdered antibiotic from the medication drawer. I got medication twice. The label states the vial contains exactly 1 gram of the medication. Convert 1 gram to milligrams. So we're doing this in real time, guys. All right, so you've got 1 gram that you need to convert to a milligram, right? Well, remember, grams is right here, deci, centi, and milli. So what you're going to do, because remember, deci, centi, milli, those are the smaller units. So you're going to move your decimal 1, 2, 3 to the right. So that 1 gram that was right here, 1, 2, 3 to the right, fill in those spaces right there to the right, and you get 1,000 milligrams. All right? That's simple. Aha! Check this one out. Take a look. At the end of a 12-hour shift, a nurse calculates that a patient received a total of 750 micrograms of a specialized cardiac medication. The shift report requires this total to be documented in milligrams. Convert 750 micrograms to milligrams. Aha! So here are your grams right here. That's your base. Deci, centi, milli, space, micrograms. So here's the deal. Because you're now going backwards, you're starting here with the micrograms, and they want you to convert the 750 micrograms to milli. So that means you're going to go back 1, 2, 3 to the left. So 750 micrograms, 1, 2, 3 to the left becomes 0.750 milligrams. Okay? That's simple. That's simple. How we told you earlier that 1 milligram was equal to 1,000 micrograms. Well, guess what? In this case right here, I could take that 750 micrograms, and this time I'm going to put 1 milligram on top, and on the bottom, I'm going to put that 1,000 micrograms on the bottom. We're going to cancel those out, and when we divide the number 750 divided by 1,000, we still end up with this answer right here. So you have to make a decision as to what method works best for you. Either you will multiply and divide, or you'll move your decimal to the left or to the right to get the same result. All right? So listen, guys, this does not have to be difficult at all. As a matter of fact, I want you all to understand that the metric system can be made easy as long as you have the right tools in place. You have to do some memorization. Now, in our next video coming up, we're going to get into the metric system where you will have to convert the metric to the English or the English to the metric, whereby we're talking about what? Grams to pounds, kilograms to pounds, pounds to ounces, and so forth. So this is something that we're going to do in another video coming up. If you want to learn more about what we have to offer, be sure to click the links down below, and I will give you all resources that can help you as you are preparing for the T7 entrance exam. Now, again, what we specialize in here is for the chemistry portion and scientific reasoning. So if you have questions or concerns about that, make sure that you comment below and we will get back to you. Have a great rest of your day, guys. And remember, chemistry doesn't have to be too difficult. With the right tools in place, you got this, okay?